Jameel here from the Meelypops Shop. We are so excited to have Veronica Taylor here in the flesh. And thank you first off for being here.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah.
It's awesome to be in Gainesville, to be in the shop. Really amazing. I can't believe how much you can fit in this place.
Yeah, it's jam-packed.
Yeah, it is.
It's growing and growing. It's no longer at my wife's house or our house any longer. So
Right.
It's all here.
Yeah, it's incredible.
This is the giant man cave is what it's called.
Yeah.
But we just did a live stream on Whatnot. We got to interact with hundreds and hundreds of your fans. And it was beautiful, number one, because so many people came in and just shared so much heartfelt messages. We were signing autographs and all that. But I was just thinking, like, you know, as we're here now and when we're in the flesh, does it ever get old for you? Just this world of voice acting, cons, all the audiobooks and the things that you do. I mean, you do so much.
I love being an actor. I think, no, it doesn't get old. If you're pursuing your passion and you're doing what you love, you just want to keep doing it. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
I think what Pokémon has brought to my life is something so unique in that I get to talk to people who love something as much as I do.
Yeah.
And we share that, and it opens so many doors to other things that we have in common, and it's really extraordinary. I mean, look, here we are, really because of Pokémon.
Yeah. Did you ever, I mean, you get this question a lot, but like, maybe you could backtrack for all the fans. Circa 96, 97, right? English Pokemon?
98.
98, right?
Yeah.
When you get this audition, or maybe you can share a little bit about that, but this opportunity to voice Ash Ketchum, and you hear about Pokemon, you hear about the 150 and 151. And
we didn't hear about any of that before.
So
no, it
what
was
that
just
like?
an audition. Because in 1998, not many of us had computers. Not many of us could look up things on a computer to find out what something was. So you really could only go to the New York Times or something like that. I had no idea what Pokemon was, except we got to watch a tiny clip of it, and the animation was great, the color, the character's energy. I mean, in a tiny clip, we based our audition off of the voices that we heard. So I had no idea that it would be something that would still be around.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone had any idea it was something that would still be around.
Fast forward to today, right? We're thinking about all of the things that you're doing. I mean, I follow you. You're at this con every weekend. You're doing these voices. You have this new character coming up, video game, TV show, movie, right? You think about the character that is Ash Ketchum and what he embodies, what he represents, his characteristics, the things that he just innately are him, right? Mm-hmm. That's you. That's the voice, right? That's the voice. That's Veronica. And getting to know Veronica, you'll learn that so much of what Ash is also who Veronica is deep down. There's so much with him that has to do with selflessness, you know? He's so others-minded. He's so focused on his friends. He's focused on the Pokemon. I can think of episodes where he went to go put his neck out there to save some Pokemon from people or whatever. Right. Or Mewtwo in the movie when Mewtwo's asking, why are you helping me? You know what I mean? Yeah. And he has these famous lines. What do you think that a younger generation now, and even the current, the generations before, can take from, Ash Ketchum? I think, what are some things that you would love for people to know and see, maybe in their own lives?
Well, I think Ash is 10.
Yeah.
So Ash is a kid who's just gung-ho on achieving his dreams, of accomplishing his goals. And I don't think he thinks about, consciously, oh my gosh, I better help this person, or I have to be a good person. What we learn from him is that is what has to be, what motivates all of us. It doesn't have to be a conscious thought. It has to be subconscious. It has to be just who we are.
Yeah.
And I think that's the one thing that we take from him, is that we are stronger. When the weakest among us is strong, so are we. And so we can't get anywhere unless those that we surround ourselves with are also strong. So there's no single-mindedness anywhere in being a human being. So you have to go for it, and you help others achieve their goals. Yeah. And then you are better for that. Yeah. That's what we learn from him. Yeah. That's what, he doesn't know it, but that's what we see. I don't know that he's ever conscious of that.
Interesting.
But we as adults must be.
Yeah.
And we as adults must teach younger generations that they must be that way too.
Yeah.
But when you're 10, you're not thinking about other people. You're just out there living your life and doing what you want. And that's what's really important. Yeah. But if those morals are instilled in you, which is that's the burden we carry, then you have a better life and you're fulfilled. So that's what we learn.
Yeah. There's a lot there to be unpacked. So
totally. You live your life, but you must live it without single-mindedness. You have to think about others.
Yeah. Well, thinking about others, I was considering. I watched you at the Dallas Collecticon. We got to see you and Rena there a couple months ago, and I'm watching all these different families in line.
Mm-hmm.
And not that there wasn't families in other lines, because there's definitely families everywhere, but I definitely think there was the most families in those lines for Veronica. So you have this character that you voice. I mean, obviously there's tons of characters, but with Ash, you meet maybe a son, a daughter, a dad, a mom, maybe even a grandma and a grandpa over these generations who have really raised their children on Ash Ketchum, but on Pokemon, but they also were influenced in that way. Maybe you could share what that's like to just interact not only with a fan, but a family of fans, with this. I mean, it's just such a unique experience, I think, that people don't always get.
I have seen some kids when they were 10 who now are 30 or beyond and who now bring their kids to see me. So I actually have seen 10-year-olds and seen them 25 years later. It's been extraordinary and quite an honor. I've seen grandmothers, like the grandmother, the parents, and the kid come. All of that is just that, when you have something that you love and you share it with your children. I mean, I have that with my daughter. We watch the same. She watches the cartoons that I watched when I was little, and I watched cartoons with her. And we share that. It's a conversation, a language that we have. There's, like even a show like Pokemon, you watch it with your friends and then you go outside and play it. You still have that when your grandmother was out buying you Pokemon cards for your birthday, and then you shared that because you went over to her house after school. It evolves, just like Pokemon. It evolves, and it's wonderful that it's something that can be shared.
It's just cool. I mean, I think sometimes there's perspectives in this whole world of collectibles, and perspectives as an actor, actress, and what you do that people miss, and they just associate maybe with one thing. But what you've been able to do for so many people. I've spoken to other characters from the 90s and 2000s, done different signings and events with them, and I hear that same sentiment, right? Like it's just this incredible opportunity, this incredible platform, but you're so humbled by it in the same way, and that's a beautiful thing. That's like such a beautiful thing. Whereas in sports sometimes, and not to knock sports, but humility isn't always the common thread, right? So sometimes people are put on pedestals, and they're
but in sports it's different, and it's the same as acting, because in sports you're part of a team. In sports you need the audience. That's what feeds you, and you perform for them. In live theater, you need the audience. It feeds you. You perform for them. We are a symbiotic entity, which is good, but you can never let your ego get ahead of that, because it isn't you. You are, as an actor, you are performing, you're creating a character and telling a story. As an athlete, it is your body. It's you are pushing yourself to the limit, and you are the one that scores the goal or has the touchdown or whatever it is, hits the home run. So it is a little bit more on you and your skills. An actor, a voice actor, you're behind a character. So it is you, but it's not all you, because the writing is involved. The set, the animation, all of that, you are a team. So it is a little bit more about the whole effort rather than oftentimes in sports, it's more the athlete.
So for those viewers at home, there's so much more than Ash Ketchum that you've worked on over the years. Maybe just for the folks tuning in for the first time, maybe this is your first time seeing Veronica or meeting her digitally. I'm sure you can meet her in other events in the future. But maybe some other characters that you worked in, sharing that, and some of the franchises that you're part of.
So I played Ash, Delia, May, and I was April in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 2003 to 2007. I played Carly in Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, Sailor Pluto in Sailor Moon. I was Sheep in Word World, Claudia in Fighting Foodons. I was Max in Dinosaur King. I've done so many different anime cartoons. I've done so many cartoons. I've done a lot of audiobooks. I do a lot of video games. I'm in Fire Emblem Heroes and Three Houses. There's a ton of other things.
Goes on.
It does, and hopefully it continues to go on.
We had a fun time in the live talking about the next spider person that you could be, or Marvel Cinematic Universe
You
superhero that you
just
could
send
be.
me the audition.
Yeah, just send
me the auditions,
Sony
yeah.
and Marvel. Please reach
send
out.
it.
So a couple more questions.
Yeah.
One thing that I love watching is that I've worked with a lot of different talent, and there's different mechanisms in how people communicate with their fans, maybe through an agent or a proxy or something like that. But you and your daughter have a really unique relationship, right? Rena's a huge part of what you do, and shout out to Rena and everything that she does. But maybe speak on how cool that is to get to work with your daughter, and your daughter gets to work with you. And then also there's a podcast going up that maybe we can share a little bit about.
It's the pros and cons of being a single parent. I could only go to conventions if my daughter could come with me. She would have to come to work with me after school. I would go on field trips. Our lives have just kind of gone together. And we have to discuss things, we have to compromise, we work things out, and luckily we're able to take that and work on projects together. We still do conventions together, which I think is pretty great because she knows a lot of the same fans through the years. She's met them also. So we have a great family dynamic for the people coming with their families to see us. We're working on a podcast called The Trainer's Guide, which is a rewatch, loosely put, of the first season of Pokemon. We have a couple TV shows and another podcast that we're working on. We've got a lot of things that kind of in the works on top of the work that she does as an artist and the work that I'm doing as an actor separately. And then we kind of, again, come back together working and doing other things. She does a lot of graphic arts for other people, but also for me, for social media, for mine, hers, and our Taylorama fund that we have together. So The Trainer's Guide is coming out soon, but that'll be a fun podcast. That's our first kind of project that people would be able to see sooner than the other ones we're working on.
When's the time frame so for those people watching?
We have someone who's working on it with us, and it's a bit more dependent upon them at the moment. So
soon.
It's definitely very soon. When we started out, it was just the two of us, and now we have a few more cooks in the kitchen.
Make sure you tune in to that. Check that out. Go follow on all the socials for those opportunities to engage and see this incredible rewatch.
So The Trainer's Guide, you can find it on Twitter and TikTok and Instagram, and also I am at the Veronica T, and Rena is at Rena Rocks.
Well, a couple more questions, and we got a big signing tomorrow in the shop. But this is a card store. There's a lot of cards in here. You get, I can't imagine how many cards people bring you to come sign at conventions and things of that nature. You've made a card, which maybe we can post it somehow. Is there any specific Pokemon or Pokemon card that you would say is a favorite? Now, I know you'll probably get the question a lot, but like from the card perspective, you ever look at a card and be like, wow, that's really cool? Or is there something that's ever stuck out to you?
I think the art is amazing, especially some of the newer art. We met an artist who creates the clay sculptures, and then those are photographed for the cards. And she's incredible. We met her in Memphis, and that was cool. I think the holographic cards are great. A lot of the new art is really amazing. And then just the standard old cards.
The old school cards, right?
So the art is really fantastic. So I just love it. I love the creativity behind all of them. I love what people are doing on their own cards, the art they're putting on. And it's just, Pokemon sparks imagination and creativity. So.
This was something we got a chance to do in the stream. The new Pokemon 151 came out to the Japanese, and so it's cool because it's the original 151. It's like a rehash to that, and we had some people on the live stream getting packs signed and pulling cards.
Really cool.
You got to rip some packs. So careful how we say rip. But that's a cool answer. So moving forward, last question. Just thinking about Pokemon in general. I know we never knew it would be this. You've even said that. Did anybody really know it would be like this? What do you think the next step is? The next decade? I mean, we've had some very momentous things happen with Pokemon franchise. Ash, right? The Ash story being kind of paused, ended. We will see what happens in the future, but for right now,
it's over.
Done, right? So what do you think that the next 10 years, the next decade will be like for Pokemon, and maybe some things you're looking forward to?
I think it's up to all of us to take that energy and positivity of Ash and carry it on in our lives. I think that it doesn't matter what happens with Pokemon, because there's always something there. There are, in the 25 years that have come out, there are enough games and enough cards and enough stories and books and TV shows. There's enough in there that you can rewatch or replay and bring different friends into your group to go Pokemon Go with your friends or whatever it is. I don't think it matters from this moment forward what comes from Pokemon. Because Pokemon comes from within, and it's up to all of us to bring each other together, to strengthen the community and support one another and move forward with what we have found already.
Yeah.
And there's always going to be some other thing that they come up with.
Yeah.
And all of that, which has always been great, and nobody ever expected what would come next, and it was great.
Yeah.
But ultimately, we are what make Pokemon.
Sure.
And so there's always going to be something that we can find, but we find that together.
The community of Pokemon, just even locally, is incredible.
Yeah.
We
Worldwide.
smile. Yeah, I mean, everywhere you go, you smile. Everyone instantaneously, walls are broken down.
Totally.
And it's a beautiful thing. So we're so thankful for you being here. And if people want to follow, you've mentioned some of your socials. We'll post them as well in the video. Any last words for the community that is Pokemon as we end this video?
No, I would say thank you. Thank you for being such a wonderful part of my life, part of my daughter's life. You are part of our family. So it's been quite an honor, and I look forward to the next 10, 20, 30, 40, 90 years of Pokemoning together.
Amazing. That's a wrap for us here at Meelypops. Veronica Taylor here in the flesh. Fist bump.
Thank you.
It's done. Thank you guys so much. And Veronica, it's going to be cool tomorrow in our store.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Thanks. Bye. Awesome. Are your arms falling?
I have somebody here special. Her name is Veronica Taylor. Let's give it up for her. Okay, now we're gonna go meet the people in the non-pre-registered line. We're gonna give them free packs, so they have to wait a while. Let's go. Cool. What's your name?
Hi.
Kai. So who's your favorite Pokemon?
Mine's Lucario.
Ooh, you know in Japan, Lucario is actually the #1 Pokemon. In America, I think it's Charizard.
Because I'm a Dragon Ball fan, and his like Shadow Ball looks like somebody's moving in Dragon Ball.
Look at this dress. First off, coming to see Veronica Taylor. He's dressed up. He's ready to go. This is Bill. He's known as the GM at the shop. Bill, do you have a favorite Pokemon?
Pikachu.
Oh, he got it. Yes, he has one. He has one favorite. How long have you been going to Meelypops, Bill?
Since it opened.
Oh boy. Anything you want to tell the Pokemon world out there, Bill?
Buy Pokemon.
There you go. Heard it first from Bill. Fist bump, Bill. Boom. All right, we're going to the end of the line. Going to the very end of the line with this guy. You want a free pack? A Pokemon? I have it in my hand.
Sure.
Look, I'm not even going to ask you trivia. What's your name?
William.
William. Cool, man. And you got a nice coat. That's going to keep you cool. What is your favorite memory of Pokemon?
I gotta say, one of my favorites has gotta be the Mewtwo movie.
Ooh, that's a good one. Oh, Pika! Oh, Eevee! Let's go!
Whoa.
That's cool. That's
I
an
think that was
interesting.
a basketball.
Oh! Tell me three. Give me three of Ash's original Pokemon. It could be from. I'll be a little lenient with you.
Like from the original series?
Original series.
Pidgeotto, Bulbasaur, Caterpie, and then, you know, his
Keep
later
going.
Pokemon. He got the Charmander and the
Yeah.
Squirtle,
What about your hand?
Pikachu.
There we go. Duh.
Yeah. He got a Primeape, gave it away.
Yep.
Butterfree, gave it
We
away.
have Kingler.
Yeah.
Kingler.
Krabby.
We just named them all. I should have said 30, not 3. You win.
Thank you.
There it is. What's your guys' names?
Jacob and Pearl.
Jacob and Kayla. All right. Who are you here to see today?
Veronica Taylor.
But who is she? Who is Veronica Taylor in Pokemon?
She's the person who spoke Ash in Indigo.
That's right.
Favorite Pokemon, which are Dialga.
Dialga.
Yeah, Dialga.
There you go.
That's
And?
the name. And Pikachu.
Okay. How about you?
And Sylveon.
Sylveon. All right, cool. Fist bumps. Boom, boom.
Bye, Mr. Jameel.
See you guys. This guy's cheesing. Look at him. He's cheesing already. This is Terry. He came. He called me. He's like, I want to get some Veronica Taylor cards signed. Show him off. Show him the camera. Look at these things. He's got a Pikachu and a Charmander. He came in. It's the autograph. This is Mr. Autograph for Gainesville. Tell the people what you love about Pokemon. Put you on the spot.
I don't know.
That's the best. But you got. They wrote something on there, right? What did they write?
They wrote, I choose you.
Who? Veronica Taylor.
Veronica Taylor.
There we go. We gotta remember who she's getting signed stuff. So there she is on the TV. So there you go. Now you got your. There you go. Parting gifts that we have to give our lovely guest here before she leaves. So we got two really cool things. She saw Larry Bird. She said, can't believe Larry Bird has an action figure.
I know, because my dad's a big Celtics fan, so I'm so excited.
So that is super cool. Shout out to Funko. They make
Yeah.
the gold, so that's a super cool item.
If only they made an Ash Ketchum.
Ah!
And
I think so.
Ash Ketchum like this would be good. Okay,
I think
and
it'd be cool.
what's
And now, so Veronica let us know that she is a big soccer fan and a big Abby Wambach fan, but I don't think she knew that Miss Abby is from Gainesville.
I didn't know that.
You can do a Gator Chomp for us,
I
please?
should-
This
well,
is the Gator Chomp.
yeah,
There we
as
go.
I-
Yeah, so we are going to hook Miss Veronica up with Abby Wambach's, one of her early rookie card autographs, and it's SGC 910.
Wow.
There you go. Put it in the
Thank you.
collection.
I've narrated a
super cool.
book about Abby, and now I just need to meet her. But for now,
Got
thank you so
something
much.
touched. Yeah, of course. Thank you so
Wow,
much
wow.
for being here.
Wow.
Hanging out in Gainesville, and so many people had awesome times. So.
This is two of my big idols here. One is larger than life,
Yeah.
and one is just
Yeah,
amazing.
autographs.
Thank you, and you too.
And you're the autographs. You're giving so many out today. You have to be blessed with your
Oh,
own.
this
own
is so
autographs.
great. Thank you.
Yeah, of
Thank
course,
you. Thank you.
of
Thank
course.
you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you everyone for coming out and visiting. It was awesome weekend.
Yes, it was amazing.
It was fun.